What's up, EDC community? This is Carlos from Daily Carry Solutions. I'm here at Blade Show 2021 with Eric from the Outer Limitless YouTube channel and a surprise guest over here. It's Joseph from Vero Engineering. Joseph, it's a pleasure coming by the booth. This is the first time you guys are actually displaying here at Blade Show 2021. I'm surprised there are even still knives here at the table. I guess I got you at a good moment. So, I'd really like to go ahead and talk about a few of the models. I know you have a prototype that's coming up. And maybe one of the auction models that you have here. I believe it's an isotope.
It is an isotope,
okay, well, why don't we start with the isotope?
Absolutely. So the isotope that went up for pre-order had a couple inlay options. It had end-cut carbon fiber and marbled carbon fiber. But we're doing an auction version with full Damascus clip, pivot collar, and inlay. And it's the full integral with our flipper tab that when it is closed, the flipper tab is not protruding out the back. And when it's open, it's now also not protruding out the front. This way, when you want to, you can choke up high on the knife and not have that flipper tab impeding your hand. You can do fine-tuned work this way. This is actually how I usually carry my knives.
That's great. It allows you to be able to use the full functionality of your handle instead of how a lot of flippers are naturally designed to where the protrusion of the flipper keeps you from using a good, half an inch to an inch of the handle, which really, dampers the fact that if you have a large size hand and you get a knife that it seems to be a decent size for your hands, all of a sudden you have that much less to be able to work with your hand, with the knife itself.
Right, exactly.
So that's a great engineering design. I mean, you can tell you put a lot into your designs and stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
And it really translates to a bunch of your different knives. Now, as far as the auction models, is there, can they see that at your website, or where would that be available?
So I'm going to do some show-only auctions, and then I'm going to post one on our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/Vero ENG. I'm going to post one on our Instagram, Vero Engineering, and then everybody here at the show will be able to put their bid in here as well.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Joseph. Now, I'm a huge fan of the Synapse. I also really like the Axon. I'm sorry, is that how it's said, the Axon?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I noticed this little guy over here, which you said was a prototype.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like the Axon. Could you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So you did actually hit on a great point that it does look similar to the Axon. However, it's obviously smaller, and there are a couple differences. One is that it is a non-locking knife. So it has a 2.75-inch blade, but being a non-locking knife, you're able to flick it out and close it really quickly. This is obviously it's good for overseas where you can't have a locking knife. You can't have a knife over 3 inches. But me personally, how I've been carrying mine is that I'm actually using it as my 5th pocket carry. I like to have a pristine edge on me. If I have, let's say, tape on my normal carry, and sometimes you want that really nice pristine edge to slice through something, that becomes the perfect 5th pocket EDC carry.
Definitely. I really like it, and I mean, it also, I'm assuming it runs off of bearings as well, so like when
this has ceramic bearings and ceramic double detent.
Okay.
And it's titanium liners as well, so you can feel it's really light even for its size.
Nice. So the G10 and the micarta models, I'm assuming they're slated for future possible release because it is in prototype stage. Now, will you be marketing this strictly in Europe, or is this something that will be available in the States as well?
Nope. So I have the pre-orders planned for August. We have a bunch of different configurations planned, and we're actually even doing a titanium double detent as well. So the scales will be titanium. We'll have them DLC, black wash. I love that people take the knives afterwards and then anodize them and do fun things with them. So it's really cool to see what people do with them.
That's awesome, and I'm really glad to see just where the progression has gone from your knives, from the original prototype that we saw back in 2019. It was in June of 2019, back during Blade Show. We happened to catch Joseph, and he actually showed us a working prototype, and to see where it has come to here, I mean, just the progression is awesome. I'm really glad you're doing great. Not that you know, people don't know the website because I'm sure once it drops, it sells out, like I've said before. But if people wanted to go ahead and check out these knives, where would you tell the new guys to go?
So veroengineering.com, that's where our website is, that's where we do our drops. But I post a lot of stuff on Vero Engineering on Instagram. Great place to go. I'll hint at some drops and I'll hint at some configurations there. So that's one of the best places to kind of find out what we're doing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the moment to go ahead and look over some of the new stuff and some of the auctions, some of the exclusive you have here at the show, and I wish you the very best. I'm sure that this is going to be awesome, and hopefully I'll be able to get in on the next drop because, like I said, your stuff goes pretty quick.
It does. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Thanks, buddy.
So much.
Really appreciate it.